So I need to have a common, nope. So I need to have a common denominator. So both of these are over 3. So because I have a common denominator, it's over 3. Okay? So when you have a common denominator, you can write it all over 3. And then you just rewrite the numerator on top, the numerators. So it's 2x minus x, or 2x minus 1x. I still get the 3 on the bottom, and then on the top I have to collect like terms. So I get 2x minus 1x. So I have to think of that like as if I have apples. I have 2 apples and I subtract off 1 apple. How many apples do I have? 1 apple left, right? So if I have 2 x's and I subtract 1x, I actually have 1x left on the top. Do I have to state non-permissible values for this one? No, because of what? No variable in the denominator. I'm done. B, they have a common denominator already, correct? Of 5. If only this were the case for all of the questions on the test. But we're going to start this way. So they have a common denominator of 5. So we can write it all over 5. And then we're going to get 2a minus 3 plus 9a plus 1. And it's still all over 5, but now I need to collect like terms. So I'm going to get 2a plus 9a, which is 11a. And then I have negative 3 plus 1. Negative 2. Now the key thing for adding and subtracting is you do all of your adding and subtracting like normal, like we just did. And then when we're done all of that, in our very last step, if we can simplify, we do. So is there anything I can take out of the top? GCF or different squares? Nope. Anything in the bottom? Nope. So it's as good as it gets. So once you're done your adding and subtracting, you have to check and see if you can simplify at the end. It's the very last step. There isn't anything I can do, and there are no MPVs, so that's my answer. You try C and D. So for this one, you have a common denominator of 4, so you write it all over 4. Then we get 3x plus 1x, which is like saying 3 apples plus 1 apple, which is 4 apples. So we don't square it or anything. That's when you multiply. So we're going to get 4x over 4. And then, what could I do? Divide by 4, because I actually can put those in separate brackets. They cancel, and I'm left with just x. And still no MPVs, because I still don't have any variables in the denominator. Yeah.
Could you put it over 1 still? Or just
Yeah, you could. For D, please pay attention. No, we figured it out. We're good. All right. I just was going to just stare until she figured out that she had a toque on her head. And it's the craziest thing. You just put it on and then she just waited it out. All right. She's like, what? Okay. So, all over 6. Now pay attention because this one people get wrong all the time. And you'll believe you got it right because the answer will be there to your wrong answer. So, we're going to go 5y minus 1, and then we have to remember to subtract both the things behind the subtraction. So I have to minus 4y, and then I have to minus 7. If you forget to minus the 7, the answer will be there, and scarily more sometimes picked more than the correct one. So we don't want that to happen. So whenever you have a binomial or a trinomial, more than one term behind a subtraction sign, you have to remember to distribute it to both. Okay? That's going to be common error. This one for sure. So we collect like terms to get 5y minus 4y is y. And then we get negative 1 minus 7 more, negative 8 over 6. Can I simplify it at all? No. So I'm done. So still no MPVs because I still have just numbers in the denominator, right? So we're going to keep going with just numbers in the denominator for the next one, but now I didn't give them to you as the same. So I have a 4 and a 3. What can I do to make them the same? What denominator can I make them both be? 12. So when you're making common denominators, do you see I have equal signs the whole way along? Same thing. I've had it for multiplication, division, simplification. You're going to have it too for addition and subtraction as well. So we're going to have 3x over 4 minus x over 3. And you can see I'm leaving spaces. I'm leaving spaces because I have to remember to multiply by 3 here and multiply by 4 here. So I'm going to get 9x over 12 minus 4x over 12. And you multiply by the top and the bottom because then it doesn't actually change the whole thing out. So we have 3 and 3 because 3 divided by 3 is 1, right? So if I multiply the top and the bottom by it, I'm just making it bigger or smaller. I'm not actually changing the fraction. Same as like if you had pizza and it was cut into 4 pieces and then I times it by 2, so now it's cut into 8 pieces. If I had these two, I would have had 1 out of 4 originally. Now I have 2 out of 8. It's still the same amount. They're just cut into more pieces, right? So you have to do it to the top and to the bottom. So what's 9x minus 4x? We have to put that on the top, all over 12. And what's 9x minus 4x? 5x over 12. For b, what can you make them both be? 6. You just have to multiply the left side by 2. So you're going to try b and c. So for b, we have 3 and 6. We can multiply this one by 2 and 2. All right. So plus 4a plus 5 over 6. We have to remember to distribute the 2 to both of these, not just the one. So we're going to get 6a minus 2 over 6 plus 4a plus 5 over 6. And they're all over 6. 6a minus 2 plus 4a plus 5. 6a plus 4a is 10a. Minus 2 plus 5 plus 3 over 6. Can I reduce that? Nope. Can I take out any NPVs? Do I have, any NPVs? Nope, because I have no variables in the denominator. C, I can make both of them be 24. So I have 8y minus 3 over 8. And I'm going to multiply it by 3 and 3. Minus 2y plus 3. 2y, over 3. I'm going to multiply by 8 over 8. Equal sign. Then I distribute. So I'm going to get 24y minus 9 over 24. And I don't skip a step here. I write each fraction separately because if you try and do it all in one plus the minus sign, things are going to get crazy. And then we're going to get minus 16y plus 8 over 24. Now they're both over 24. And this one has that minus sign with 2 terms behind it. So I have to remember to distribute it through, right? What's up? That totally is an 8. What are you talking about? It was an 8 the whole time. Just drawn with magical red ink that looked like a 1 because I forgot to distribute. Perhaps. Yep. English is really great right now. 2, 4. Why? Minus 9. Minus, you two are rubbing off on me. This is what's happening. 16y minus 8. Okay, 24y minus 16y is 8y. Minus 9 minus 8 is negative 17 over 24. And the last thing I always check is, can I simplify? Can I simplify 8y minus 17? Can I take something out of it? Nope. So we're done.
Okay, so I was wrong. Okay, I was.
Oh, good. Both of you were.
I was
Awesome.
so you took a 9 out?
Okay. You guys are we're going to do the first one together and then you're going to try the next ones. Now this is the catch. They still have common denominators. This is true. But their denominators have variables. I'm going to break your phone. You got stuck. You should have lost your phone in the snowbank with it. I would have been fantastic. Would have been great. Wasn't in a snowbank.
Kelly, you said 8, right?
8, yeah, you can reduce by 8.
I heard B.
Oh.
Beam?
B, like the letter. Okay, so here we have x and an x and an x on the bottom, so we can write it all over 1x. And then we get 2 plus 7 minus 1, which is 8 over x. Now, I can't simplify it anymore, but I do have to remember to do something now that I didn't have to do before. MPVs, which are b, no, I'm just kidding, x cannot equal 0. You guys, he was just ahead. He was saying this 8 here, right? Yeah.
Wait, where'd the MPV come from?
The x in the bottom.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Well, you can't do that to the top, right?
NPVs are
Right.
in the bottom.
Yeah. Okay, B, C, and D, go. Oh. So, this one is over 2a. And then I have 5a plus 3 plus a minus 6. Stop talking. And then I'm going to get the 2a still on the bottom, collect like terms. 5a plus a is 6a. Plus 3 minus 6 is negative 3. That's not division, and I don't want to go racing it. I have to erase the whole thing. So negative 3. I can actually take a 3 out of the top, because once I'm done, I have to see if I can simplify. I can take a 3 out, and I'm left with 2a minus 1 over 2 and a. Can I cancel anything off, though? No. Nothing I can cancel. And so I have to state my MPVs. 0.
If you left in the 6a minus 3, would it be wrong?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it says simplify. All right. For C, we're going to write it all over 3y minus 1. And then we have 3y minus 1. Now C is actually going to completely cancel, but before it completely cancels, I need to state my non-permissible values. So I have to go 3y minus 1 cannot equal 0. 3y cannot equal 1. Y cannot equal a third. So many people on the test will tell me y can't equal 1. You can't just like move it over if there's a number in front, right? You actually have to solve it out. And these cancel, and when they cancel, we're actually left with a 1. Y cannot equal a third. Then D, we have common denominators already, so we can write them both over x plus 3. And then we get 4x plus 10. And then because it's a subtraction, I have to remember to distribute it. So I get minus 2x minus 4. Then I'm going to collect like terms. So 4x minus 2x is 2x. Plus 10 minus 4 is plus 6 over x plus 3. And am I done? What can I take out of the top? 2. A 2. And then I'm left with x plus 3 over x plus 3. They cancel. Before they cancel, what do I have to do? NTVs. X cannot equal negative 3. They cancel. 2. X cannot equal negative 3.
Wait, how'd you get 1?
They canceled.
He canceled the 3's and not the 1.
No, the whole thing canceled.
Oh, okay.